Hey, what's going on, everybody? Last week, we delivered 5 different videos about all of this Power Ranger news we are hearing. And since then, there have been a lot more news and developments. I was gone this weekend. I was out of town for some DJ gigs. We did have some pre-recorded content drop, but we did not get to talk about the rest of this news and information that did come out about the potential Power Rangers and Paramount project. Let's get into it, break it down, and we're going to listen to the fans. Hit that intro, Rangers.
You are watching the Fan Club.
You're watching the Fan Club.
And you're watching the Fan Club. Do you know what time it is?
And you know what time it is.
It's time for the Fan Club. Let's go. Hey!
I can't do this on my own, cause you know things ain't always sweet when you out here in these streets. But my morpher when it morphed, I made a fake.
What's going on, you beautiful people? Welcome to the Fan Club. It is your boy Dan Brosnan in the building, and we are so happy to have you guys. In this video, we are going to be breaking down more information, a few things you might have saw in other videos or other articles. I was out of town this weekend for a DJ gig. We do this gig every couple months in a casino a couple hours away from my town, and they pay us to come out for the night, give us a free hotel, free food. It's really a fun time, but when you're over there, I don't got the best reception. I don't really bring all of my video equipment because it's kind of like a work trip. I'm working half the time, so I'm not able to make any videos. So we are going to take a little bit of everything. I'm going to read a report from comicbook.com. I'm also going to read a giant write-up from some fans in a post that the homie Nick Tillich sent our way, and then we're going to read some comments from a past video. And I gotta shout all the fans out there for watching this content. You have been running up those numbers lately, so thank you so much. Let's get into the first piece of content, and that is this article from comicbook.com titled "New Power Rangers movie reportedly in development, and it's a complete reboot." Some of you guys might have already heard some of this information, read this article, but I wanted to get to some of the points. And then there's another long post with some information that needs to be heard too. There's just a lot of things that are going to make you go, wait, what? And I want to say that some of this stuff might be real. Some of it might not be real. Some of it might be real right now, and then something might change later down the line. We've seen that happen before, so take everything you're hearing with a grain of salt until you see Hasbro, Paramount, whoever come out with an official announcement. Everything is like a rumor or hearsay, but it's still pretty freaking exciting. So let's get right into it. According to comicbook.com, a report from Daniel Richmond has stated that a new movie seems to be in early development at Paramount. And while not much is known as far as story goes, another report from Jinsaku states it is a complete reboot and not tied to the previous Netflix project at all. Jinsaku offered a few additional details, and here's where it gets more complex. Hasbro and Paramount have reportedly been in negotiations for a few months and have evidently made some substantial progress in those discussions. If things panned out as hoped, Paramount and Skydance will retain the media rights for Power Rangers and are moving fast on developing the new films. Now, this is huge news. We talked last week about the possibility of Paramount just flat out buying Power Rangers. Now, there have been some talks that they actually sat down and discussed that, but according to this report, they're trying to get the full media rights. So Paramount could get the media rights for Power Rangers. Hasbro would still maintain like ownership over Power Rangers, but they would be licensing out the name, if you will. So Playmates would be making all of the toys, and Paramount would be making all of the shows. So they would have a lot more control and a lot more profit margin for them if everything goes accordingly. Let's read some more. It is noted that a buyout of the property was discussed and both companies remain open to the option, but it will come down to the right price to make that happen. At the moment though, both parties are working together on the film and it is slated to be a theatrical release. Sources are saying 2026 for the release, and the studio is aware of what happened with the 2017 reboot, so they are being cautious and attempting to pick the best release date possible before an official announcement. There are no story details and no information is yet available on whether or not this will be a reboot of Mighty Morphin specifically, or if they will blend elements from other stories and teams in the franchise. Hasbro president Oliver Dumont did say that there is exciting plans for Power Rangers, so maybe this is what he was referencing. In 2025, we're probably not going to get a show, but we're going to get a lot of news. I have a feeling that next year will be the year about the new toy line and the news for this upcoming project. Now, I have to go on over to this post that Nick Tillich sent me, and shout out Nick, by the way. Bro's always sending me some good stuff, and this Power Rangers page, now it is a Spanish page. They put up a giant post and it is in Spanish, okay? So I'm not going to have every word 100% correct because it's being translated, but there is a lot of crazy things in here, all right? And this might not be real. There might be a lot of things that don't happen, but there are some things in here that open up your mind and drop your jaw a little bit. So let's talk about it. This is from Yakov from the group Aventuros del Tokusatsu Outsiders. Power Rangers for 2026. According to Daniel RPK, Hasbro's plan will not only be with the movie, it will also have an animated series. Starting with the idea of the reboot will always be addressed with this done in collaboration with the division of the Jim Henson Company, Jim Henson's Creature Shop. They could be working on characters and special effects. It is also speculated that Power Rangers Cosmos could be a title for the reboot. Also, the animated series is thought to be Corone focused, who will team up with Heckle, Merrick, and Dylan to face a major threat, motivated by the series of James Gunn, Creature Commands, and Marvel movies soon to be premiering Thunderbolts, to focus on these antagonistic Rangers. Whoa, that is wild. If that is real, that sounds cool. Where you have like a misfit Power Rangers show with all of the antagonists put together. Oh man, that sounds fun. Now, who knows if that's actually going to happen? That's why, like in the beginning, I said take everything you hear with a grain of salt. This might not happen, but an animated series with all the antagonists as Rangers, like as a team, that sounds pretty fun. Let's keep reading. There's even more crazy stuff here. This one is nuts. Apart from that, it is also expected to make a series of Power Rangers focused on the Time Force team, but scheduled to premiere on PBS Kids, as it is expected to be a preschool program that teaches about history thanks to the theme of travel. Whoa! That is an idea, and that is along the lines of something we have been talking about for years. Give us a Cocomelon, Spidey and his amazing friends, Paw Patrol type show for this new generation of young kids. Have it be Power Rangers, but this whole Time Force idea sounds awesome because that's how you can teach the kids. Every episode, they can go back in time. You can go back to all different time periods. You can teach them about weather, all different stuff, man. I love it. It sounds like a good idea, and to get it on PBS, and that could be for the whole new generation. Like, we aren't going to care too much about it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll probably watch it because it's a Power Rangers show, but it's not going to be targeted at all for us. That's going to be for young kids, and that sounds awesome. Now, the chances of this happening are very slim. We don't know what's going on, but a PBS Power Rangers show with the Time Force crew that goes back in time, that sounds awesome. Shut up and take my money. I will show this to my kids. It sounds cool. I'm not even going to lie. When it comes to the toys, Playmates is expected to not only make a basic line, but a deluxe line with other Rangers from other teams. Oh man. Nothing is known about the film since the alliance was barely made concrete on the 25th. It is said that a draft is being put together for the beginning of January and will start production in the summer of 2025. Yo, so I'm reading here when they're talking about the Jim Henson stuff, they're saying that's supposed to be a show of 25 episodes. That's supposed to go with the movie. That's interesting. See, I didn't hear we were going to get a show and a movie. Now, that was the idea last time, but we never got it. That's interesting, though. Are they trying to do it? Because they are saying that this Jim Henson Company idea is for a show. Would that also go with the movie? I don't know what to believe. Someone got together and put a bunch of things on here that doesn't mean any of it is true, but it really gets you thinking on what they could make. Let's read some more. In addition, tentative dates for the projects were revealed. The animated series is scheduled to be released in the fall of 2025. Well, crap, they better get on that. They got less than a year to put out an animated show. Good God. I mean, is that actually happening? Did they get greenlit? Like, are they working on it right now? Interesting. I don't know about fall of 2025, tell you the truth. Don't get your hopes up there, guys. The new season of Power Rangers is in the hands of the Jim Henson Company for spring or fall of 2026, being the first part of 12 episodes in March, and the second part remaining could be in September. Interesting. As well as the movie and the series for PBS could premiere in the summer of 2026 or 2027. Oh man. It is also to be said that at the Toy Fair, we will see the Power Rangers Playmates line revealed, and all this information should come out to the public February 31st, 2025. Now, I bet that's just about the toys. I don't know what in the hell to think, but I am excited. There's so much information coming out. I'm hearing that there's going to be a $150 million budget for this movie. Or is that like a $150 million budget for Power Rangers as a whole? Like, what if you put 100 into the movie and then split that 50 million into like two shows, like an animated series and something else? I don't know. I'm just saying. I have no idea what is going to happen, but holy crap. Of all of those ideas, what sounded the coolest? I'm not going to lie, the animated series with like your Heckles and Corones of the world, oh my God, that sounds so awesome. And that would be like more for our generation, but oh my God, that would be fun. Take my money. The other enticing thing, I'm not going to lie, that Power Rangers Time Force PBS show, that sounds awesome. Who knows if any of this stuff is going to happen, but if Power Rangers and Hasbro, Paramount, whoever are serious about taking this brand to the next level, and these are some of the concepts and ideas, I'm down. They just have to do it correctly. You know, I am down for a lot of these really cool ideas, but there has to be a good plan and a budget to execute the plan. You're only as good as your budget and your plan to make things work, because you can have the best plan in the world, but you don't have the money to make it happen. And then I've seen the other thing happen where people throw a bunch of money at something, but they don't have the best plan. So you got to meet in the middle. Where can we get all the resources to make this happen? But who are we putting in charge to make this the best version of Power Rangers possible? Oh my God, I am over here just geeking. I am so excited. I went from saying for years it's a great time to be a Power Ranger fan, and then when we took this hiatus, I said it is a really weird time. I feel hopeful again. I don't know if I'm ready to say it's a great time to be a fan until we see some actual real things come out, like toys, movies, and stuff, because I don't want to lie to you. But I am optimistic again, my friends. There is hope. The hope is back in the building. It was like a Christmas miracle. On Christmas, we got this information. Then every day, it just seems like there's new information to yesterday's information. It is awesome. We love it. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Speaking of the comments, let's see what the fans are saying. Jesus said, I hope Paramount gives the series the same treatment as the Sonic movies and they give the fans what they want. Oh, I wholeheartedly agree, 100%. I hope they listen to the fans, see what we are into, and somehow make a few projects for different fans. Like, I like the PBS idea because you could make a show for the younger generation. Then I like having a movie that is kind of, PG-13-ish. That would be a lot of fun. Joel said, oh man, I really hope Hasbro being out of the picture is true. It was too much for them to handle, honestly. The key person at Hasbro that had ambitions for Power Rangers unfortunately passed. That's why we are in this situation. It would have been nice to see what they could have done. Oh man. Yeah, I think his name was Brian Goldner. He passed away several years back, and ever since he passed away, I always compared it to like a new coach or GM owner coming into like a sports team, and the old guys that were drafted under the old tenure don't really mean as much to new ownership, to the new coach, because they didn't go out of their way to select him. And the CEO guy at Hasbro, Chris Cox, I'm not going to say he's bad or anything like that, because I don't know all of the ins and outs to say if he's doing a good job or not. I do know that they're a toy company, and it sounds like they're kind of getting away from toys. They're going more into video games, and they're fully investing into trading cards. Totally get it. Trading cards are big, but that makes you question, where exactly does Power Rangers stand with Hasbro? And I also understand why they're shopping the Power Rangers brand out to Playmates, to Paramount. Now, last week we talked about the possibility of them just selling Power Rangers as a whole. I think it might be a little bit more complicated. I think that Hasbro might want to keep the IP and basically have people pay to rent it out, basically. Pay for the property, where Hasbro still gets a cut. It's a smaller cut because they're not putting all of the financial risk into it, but they're still making millions off of basically doing nothing. And I think that Paramount could do the same thing that Playmates is about to do, get the toys, and Hasbro won't have as much say on these movies, but Paramount will be putting up most of the money. They will have a lot of the control, kind of like with Transformers and some of these other shows, right? That J&M couple said if this actually happens, the Ninja Turtles will be canon to Power Rangers again. Oh man, that would be really cool. I'm not going to lie. Even if it was, they just got the rights to the media and didn't retain the toy rights, they could still put that in the Ninja Turtles universe. Good idea. Jose said, if Paramount does continue the Power Rangers series, which Sentai will get adapted next? Oh man, now I could be wrong, but I don't know if they are going to adapt any Sentai for a while. It sounds like Hasbro at least wanted to get away from it. What is Paramount's plan? We don't really have much of a plan so far, or at least, they're putting it out there. We're just hearing a bunch of things, but no one from Paramount or Hasbro, Power Rangers, has came out and said, yo, this is what's happening. Manga said, I just hope Paramount, if it's true, they continue the relationship with Toei and give us some Sentai adaptions. I would be down. I just don't want to get your hopes up. It might not happen, but it could. I could totally be wrong. Clayton said, great video. Paramount Pictures should definitely take over Power Rangers from Hasbro. That would be great, and let's hope it happens sooner than later. We hear things are developing quick. Shadow said, it's still bizarre to me that the company who is famous for transforming robots botched Megazords so much. I know, the Megazords aren't horrible, but they're not as good as the Bandai ones so far. I mean, these first few seasons of Megazords with, Beast Morphers and Dino Fury, Cosmic Fury, I like some of the older ones better. That's just me. What are your thoughts on the Megazords? Brant said, I'm so happy to hear the news. I hope the Power Rangers come back soon. They're such a great part of our childhood. Yeah, I hope they do come back. Barrel Bob said, Paramount wanted to buy the franchise just seems strange to me considering recent news. Wasn't Paramount in a bidding war just a few months ago? Sony was going to buy them, then backed out after talks with Skydance happened. The studio is struggling despite Sonic's success. With that said, I could see them form some type of movie deal with Hasbro, and as a fan, I truly hope it happens. Man, Paramount Plus will be the streaming service for my demographic for sure. It literally holds the rights to every single franchise I loved as a kid growing up, from Star Trek, Sonic the Hedgehog, TMNT, Transformers, and now Power Rangers 2. Awesome. Not to mention shows I loved in my teens like South Park and Beavis and Butthead. They may be serving a niche demographic, but damn, do they have everything we want. That is a good point. Power Rangers does kind of go with some of these other brands with Paramount. David says that is true because Paramount never sells their props, and technically Paramount does not buy the rights to Power Rangers. Robert said if this is true, then a crossover with G.I. Joe and Transformers has a greater chance of happening. Oh, that'd be so awesome. We've talked about that before, that we know they're working on like a G.I. Joe Transformers crossover, but if they can get those Power Ranger rights real quick, maybe they could put some Megazord action, some Zord on a Power Ranger. That would be awesome. Restless said, Paramount is struggling itself. Is it really in the position to be buying anything? That is a good point, and maybe that's why they won't buy Power Rangers, but they could get the media right. I love looking at the comments and talking to you guys because sometimes my opinions can change by just talking to people and getting hit with some common sense or learning some new things along the way. I'm always down to change my opinion once I hear some more information. But what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. I know this is a long video, but I got to shout out all the fans out there that take the time out of their day to watch this content. You are the real MVPs, and the reason why we can continue to make content like this. Thank you guys again from the bottom of my heart. Before I leave, I do want to give a special birthday shout out to Papillon Purple, a member. It is her birthday today. Happy birthday. And I have a late birthday announcement for the homie Thomas Franco. He's also a member. I like to give shout outs to the members. If you are a member and you want me to give you a birthday shout out, hit us on the Facebook page or the private members only Discord. I'll try to get it in there. Sometimes I'm quick with it. Sometimes it takes like a week, but I will try to get it into a video. Shout out all the members out there. Shout out all the fans. Thank you again, and we'll see you next time. Peace. I want to give a special shout out to the Gold Ranger members, Salima Ramirez, Stephen Heffelman, Anime King Nick, Louis Cairns, Papillon Purple, Thomas Franco, and Troy Lyon. Thank you guys so much for your support, and if you want a video shout out like this one, sign up to be a Gold Ranger member today. Hey, what's going on? Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, hit that share button, and if you can, please sign up to be a member today. We have 3 membership power-ups. We have the Gold Ranger power-up, the most popular. You get into our exclusive fan club chat group. We have fan exclusive videos that we are adding monthly now, and you get a video shout out. Yes, folks, at the end of our videos, I will shout out your name. We also have the Quantum Ranger power up where you get monthly meetings online with me. Yes, folks, we will talk once a month on Zoom, and you can give me your ideas for future episodes. And then we have a professional package, the Dr. K Power Up. That is for businesses that want to tap into the platform. If you guys can, please sign up to be a member today. It is highly appreciated, and it helps us keep these videos going. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Hi, we're Bulk and Skull. We have been requested by the fan club to say something funny.